Welcome, welcome. This is Jane-Gardner, and welcome. Let's get visible. Let's get visible, visible. And so now we're going to show me. Don't need to show me long because we got lots to get to. But today it's all about the psychology of video and how it's all about emotion, and it is time for you to start creating videos in your business just to get people to find out about your business and feel something about your business. So let's get started on our presentation. Let's get visible. Yes, let's get visible. I'm Jane-Gardner. I work with my husband, a structural engineering firm. I have 4 TV channels, and I have put up Let's Get Visible show yet onto the Business of Home-Based Business or Home-Based Startup TV. Maybe I'll put it on Business Success TV. I don't know. We'll see. A whole different market, but that's for another story. So why should you be visible? Well, you should stop hiding. You should get out. You should have your business out there so that people get to know you. We talked about mindset and how that stops you a lot of times from doing most anything, and you need to change that in order to be successful and get visible. And then we talked about a website and how you can make yourself visible by messaging and your market messages from your website so that people can come out and get to know you. We talked about how influencers can boost your business by you interviewing them, increasing your audience. We talked about podcasting to increase your visibility. And it's an important market because people are listening to podcasts everywhere. I have 3 podcasts. One is a video cast, Home Biz Startup TV on iTunes, and Finding Your Purpose and Solopreneur Success Strategy. They're sitting up there from 2 years ago and still getting downloads. So you can get a lot of traffic from doing podcasting. And of course, you can repurpose your podcast. So we looked at audiobooks and how you can repurpose podcasts into audiobooks, and of course how you can create books as well from scratch. So last time we talked about the power of video marketing, and so today we're going to talk about the psychology behind video marketing. So there are certain psychological aspects to producing video. So they should speak directly to the core needs of your target market. They must make an emotional appeal. You need to understand the motivations and behavior of your audience so you can engage and urge them to action with your videos. So one thing that you have to do is try to make a personal connection. So you need to, of course, feature people in your videos whenever possible. It can be you, of course, or it can be you interviewing other people, or it could be interviews with other people. At the same time, it's important for people to connect to your videos by having a human connection, because the human brain is naturally hardwired to search for faces. If your videos show this human side of your business, you can overcome the challenge of humanizing online marketing, because you show who you are, who your people are, and your employees. Obviously get their permission before you get them on video. But yeah, people get to know other people by their faces. And another thing that people respond to on video is the color and motion. So the brain responds to something that is moving, so that gains more attention than something that's standing still. So I should have made this an animation. Colorful images attract the eye much better than those that are monochrome or black and white. Movement and color, along with sound, appeal to the primitive part of our brain, which survives by hunting and escaping predators. So keep yourself moving on your videos. And of course, whenever possible, you need to do social proof. Social proof means other people, not you, enjoyed your service or your products. It shows the proof that other people like what you have to offer. When a person sees that others have watched and enjoyed your video, they're more likely to watch them themselves. If you make your videos shareable on social media and can encourage sharing, this will help you a great deal in earning social proof. So I must admit that when I think about buying a certain product or software, I do go and look at the reviews. Knowing, of course, especially on the internet, that sometimes reviews may be prejudiced in terms of they might be someone who actually works for the company or not. And I think that's one reason that Amazon, Amazon has verified reviews when they have books that they're reviewing, because then people know and trust that what that person says is true, and they're not being paid to do a review. So social proof is a really important thing on the internet, because of course there's millions of people on the internet, and you need to be able to trust what you're seeing. So another thing that you want to do is to have positive emotions. Videos should trigger an emotional response that is positive, because they work best. Go for happiness, exhilaration, inspiration, hilarity, warmth, pride, nostalgia, or surprise. Negative emotions, as we have seen on the internet, can sometimes work, especially in calling people to action, but use them with caution, because negative emotions include fear, contempt, anger, and disgust, and these will turn people off, certainly polarize your audience. So you want to make sure you're always being entertaining and telling a story. What a surprise! Videos that tell a story are especially effective in keeping audiences interested and engaged. It doesn't have to be a drama. Something like showing people how to do something step by step can take on the quality of a story. And the word story, of course, is loose here, because it's video and you have to use color and emotion and a movement and everything. A person sitting there telling a story probably would not be as engaging, but at the same time you are catching people in terms of wanting to watch to see what the people have to say. But in terms of story, this is what movies and the Hollywood's all about, is telling a story. And so they always have valleys and peaks in their stories. So yeah, you always have to keep people engaged, whether or not you're doing an instructional video or you're doing just talking to them about something. So scarcity is another psychological motivator. This is why advertisers often do promotions that involve limited time or quantity. When there's a limit, people feel like they have to act quickly, or that window of opportunity will disappear. Even when there is no actual scarcity to start with, find a way to create some in order to motivate your viewers. So, for example, you may have a webinar that you like, that works well, and you have a timer on it. So during the webinar, when the webinar's timer runs out, the reduced price is no more. Or for example, if a person joins during the webinar, they get bonuses, and after the webinar, later on in the replay, they don't get the bonuses. So this is another way of doing scarcity. I mean, obviously, if you're training on a webinar about a certain concept, whether it's affiliate marketing or it's about your business, and let me see, I'm going on a webinar today which is required about risk assessment. And we're doing that because we're going to get a certain amount deducted from our insurance if we watch the webinar, and there's proof that we've watched the webinar. So there are other ways to be motivating people to see your webinar. So yes, I have to get that in about an hour, so I've got to get going here. So you could also create an in-group. You could create a tribe. Your tribe is your people, it's your audience. It consists of the people who share your demographics, your values, your desires. You can also use the in-group to paint a problem to us versus them. You can also attract your in-group by showing what you do and what is important to you, or even just giving them incentives to sign up for your subscriber list to get certain checklists and incentives and information about certain things. Whether or not it's learning about getting on live onto Facebook, or like I'm doing with the Let's Go Live show, or if it's something like this, where people who are concerned because they're not visible on the internet, they are watching this show and they get an information on what the next topic is. It can be as simple as that, or it can be someone who actually buys from you and who wants to get what you have. So, in conclusion, how can I use video marketing to appeal to my market to get me closer to my goal? Whatever that goal might be, we talked about goals last time for your videos, whether it's to increase your audience, to make sales, to get more recognition from your peers, or get influencers to promote your information, whatever it might be. How can you use it, video marketing, to appeal to the people that I want to attract? So, in conclusion, how does video marketing fit in with your own target audience's preferences and psychological makeup? One of the things that a lot of people skip over when they're doing marketing on the internet is to first figure out who you think your ideal audience is, and who they are, and what the psychological makeup, as you want to call it, the demographics, what the culturally, where they are, where do they hang out, what do they like to do, what are they planning to sell, all that kind of things. A lot of people skip their ideal audience and their avatar, is it called, in terms of their marketing. And if you can do that first and then decide what would they like to see on their marketing in their videos, and get attracted to. A lot of, for example, YouTube is basically a lot of how to do this, how to do that. And I certainly use their tutorials on some of the getting used to some of the software, and getting tips on doing certain things, and adding a door into your fence, etc., and finding out if the business has any videos on how to do something, because I don't understand their written explanation. So video marketing is very important in terms of getting people to be interested in your business. So basically, we've been talking about video, and we'll be talking another time about video, and then probably talking about getting your face onto video so that you're more visible, and get you onto YouTube's, social media, maybe do some speaking, and then we'll be doing text after that, book publishing and Medium, and getting more visible throughout your business. And obviously doing Zoom or meetups, events, and networking. We'll interview successful show entrepreneurs and do demos of different tools and techniques on trainings on being visible. So the Let's Get Visible show is every Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific or 11 a.m. Eastern, because I value visibility, authenticity, most important, consistency. So get on the email notification list at http://jgtips.com/lets for tips, freebies, checklists, notifications, and offers to help you grow your business by becoming visible. And of course, I also do the Let's Go Live show every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, where we talk about setting up your studio to get you on camera. And you can join that https://jane-gardner.com/live for checklists on setting up your studio. So let's get visible. Let's get out there. It's time for you to be known, and at least be out there with your voice. And then we're going to continue with our face. So let's get back to our face. And here we are. And we are going to be talking about, I'm not sure actually, a video one more time. And then we'll be getting on to some of the ways you can do video without using your face, and on camera like I'm doing right now. And if you want to learn how to get on camera, set up your studio, etc., go to my Let's Go Live